Works. Hi. Okay. Are we on? Let me know if everything is working. Are you able to hear me, everybody? Last message I have is from Andre Delatorre a few moments ago, waiting for me to come on the air. Looks like I'm on from this end. I had some technical glitches here on my computer. I must have said something to somebody. What can I say? Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining me. And welcome one and all to the program. It's great having you with us here. It is Monday, July the 28th, 2025, as we're getting ready to open here in an hour or so, or a little less than an hour now. Thank you again for your kind words, best wishes. Love the fact that you're with us. Let me double check here on StreamYard. A Computer Wiz, the morning mayhem is occurring right now. Uncle Bruce will be with us as soon as possible. Charlie sounds good. Uncle B, thank you, Charlie. That just came through. Thank you. Okay, we're up and running, and it looks like you can hear me okay. And we're all good. Thank you, sir. I don't know. What can I say? Cindy can hear me. It's all good. RCAT Sound, BBAI, and SoFi all will break out this week. Cindy, I hope you're right. I love your optimism and enthusiasm, and I want you to be absolutely correct on everything. And you get nothing but richer and richer and richer, along with everybody else around here. Thank you all for joining me. Who was here? Eddie Martin is here. Andrea, Richard Carlin, there's Mark. Thank you. Safe travels, Uncle B. Tom Kaufman, good morning. Ray, hey, Bruce, I'm driving west with my girlfriend, Jane. I've been trying to get her to write options for months, but she's nervous to do it. Any words of wisdom for her? We are listening in the car. Well, depends on what kind of option writing, Ray is trying to talk to you about. If you are going to do a conservative option writing program, which is what the institutions generally do, the biggest institutional players like the pension funds out there, the big hedge funds, the mutual funds, the ETF operators, Berkshire Hathaway type organizations, insurance companies, organizations that sit on a lot of capital, have to put capital to work. Insurance companies are a classic example. They bring in all these premiums from all these insurers, car insurance, life insurance, house insurance, property insurance, business insurance. It goes on and on and on and on. These dollars come into these insurance companies, and of course they do pay out claims. Hopefully they pay out fewer claims than they bring in because the people they insure are worth insuring, the whole insurance game. But that money they're sitting on has to earn money to help them bring additional capital into their organization so that they are funded in case of disasters and what have you. One way to do it is hold stocks in corporations. And one way to enhance revenue from stocks is not only to collect dividends from dividend-paying stocks, but also to write call options on these shares for added income. And they will write out of the money call options ahead of the price of the stock for a set period of time. Might be a month, might be 2 months, might be a year. And they will collect premiums for the offer of selling stock they hold to option gamblers if they want to buy them off of them. But in the case of an out-of-the-money contract, they might buy something like NVIDIA. They might own NVIDIA at $120 a share, and they're offering their NVIDIA stock for $190 a share for, say, a 6-month time period. And they're collecting a cash premium per share of maybe $4, $5, $8, $10, $12. It depends, depending on how long the contract is good for. They'll collect that cash now and offer their stock at $190, even though they paid $140 for it. Plus, they get to keep the premium. So if they lose their shares, they, quote, have their shares purchased from them at $190 because the stock goes beyond $190. They get the $190 a share plus the premium they got already on top of that. So that might be $10 a share. They ended up with a $200 position on a $140 purchase. They're up $60. That is capital that is inside their accounts, in their hands, and they're just going to turn around and buy the stock again at, say, $210. If it's trading at $210, they're going to write $240 contracts now and offer it again for a higher price. And that's across all stocks. But that's a very conservative strategy. Ray might be talking to you about credit spreads. You might be talking about cash secured puts, another very conservative strategy where you are willing to buy a stock at a lower price than it's trading at for a set amount of time. You'll get paid for that commitment. It's incredible. Someone will pay you money where you offer to buy the stock, a stock for less than it's trading at right now. You can do that, or you can offer to pay the price of the shares that they're trading at for a certain amount of time. Or, like with SoFi, you could offer to buy SoFi from anyone for a higher price than it's trading at right now for a certain period of time. In the case of January 2027, you can offer to buy SoFi at $25 a share, even though it's trading at $21.30 or so. You can offer to pay $25 a share, and they will pay you. You'll collect $7.50 a share in cash, which makes, on the surface, makes no sense to someone who doesn't know how options work. But all of a sudden, you're sitting there going, okay, let me get this straight. I'm willing to pay $25 for SoFi. You're giving me $7.50 for that. I'm actually only going to pay $17.50 for the stock because you gave me $7.50. I'm only on the hook for $17.50. It's trading at 21. Okay, let's do it today. Let's do it right now. Here's 25. I got $2,500 here. I'll collect $750 right now. Make me buy it right now for 25. This is great because I'll just turn around and sell the stock for $21.30. I just paid $17.50 for it. Let's do it again. Let's do this all day long. Cash secured put writers make a lot of money on this channel, and there's a lot of opportunity. Ray, good luck with that, and Jane, you too. Good luck to you. Amy J is here. DH Ruta, Pick and Roll, CKT, Mando number 5, Mark Downs, Bobby Atkinson. Last week to fill your head with knowledge. Drink it all up, folks. Charlie, Uncle Russo was having computer issues in the pre-show. He might be a couple of minutes late. Yes, he was. Uncle B, you need to restart your computer. I did. Hector is here. Matt Hin here. Fun. Rasman, Rice Checks, Andre Delatorre. Welcome, everyone. All of you. Thank you. Computer was, the Monday Mayhem is occurring right now. Uncle Bruce will be with us as soon as possible. Sounds good, Uncle B. And Cindy, those are my favorites. Let's hope for a good week this week. Thank you. With your help, I am. Howdy, partners. Hi. Legacy saying hi. Robert. Good morning, Uncle Bruce, Auntie Jen, and all stock market with Brucers. Thumbs up 41, Bruce. Thank you, Robert. James of the Misty Tree and the boss are here. Good morning, Lucky 45. Are you going to be on tonight with TWB? I will. My last live show for TWB for a while, as I now replace TWB footage with videos of my trip. Yeah. Charlie, thanks for reminding me. James 46JJ, good morning. The man ULTY going to put MSTY out of business. 218 AUM now. Okay, that's the comment from the man. Welcome all to the show, the channel where hopes, wishes, and dreams and aspirations will come true, we hope. Thank you all. I want you all to do very, very well in the market. Absolutely crush it. You deserve it. You've earned it. And, well, we'll see what happens. Tomorrow, big day tomorrow. It is earning day for SoFi. Or SoFi will release their financials for their second quarter performance tomorrow morning in the pre-market. So about 24 hours from now, right here, I'll be all over those numbers. You will be watching it. We'll be watching the pre-market performance of the stock. We're going to see what happens. The stock is 21.31 at the moment. It's up 11 cents this morning. It's been around the 21.30-40 range, kind of, sort of. 660,000, as best as I can tell, have traded so far. I'm just going to double check on the CNBC site and see what they're showing for pre-market activity. Here we go. SoFi, 725,000 shares traded. SoFi on SoFi. Okay, 21.31 at the moment. There it is. That's the story. I'm going to stick to that, see what happens. Thank you all for popping through here. Let's see. Yeah, by next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll be looking, though some of you might be looking for me, wondering where is he? He's not live. Well, he's in Tokyo, and at about 6:30 in the morning, my time, 8:30 U.S. It'll be 11:30 at night in Tokyo, and I will be up. Oh, I'll be up, and I'll be watching the pre-market. Oh, I'll be watching the pre-market. Oh, giddy up. And I'll be following all the stock news of the day and pre-market and so on and so forth. And I might be cranking out a video to you where I'm sitting in front of my computer already talking to you at 11 in the evening, Tokyo time, 11:30. And you'll come around here and wonder what's going on. You may have received, if you're a subscriber of this channel, you will have received an alert from YouTube if your alerts are on. If you are accepting alerts from YouTube, you will get an alert every time I post a video. And it's possible you might be looking at me sharing some photos of Tokyo already in Japan, commenting on what I think is going on this morning. But now, when I start commenting on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, I won't be commenting just as Uncle Bruce telling you what I think is going on. It's now I will be free to be able to say, not only do I think this is going on, I think I might be doing this as a trade. And I will then start talking about what I think I'm going to do as an option writer myself for Gemini. And now you can join the channel and watch that info and decide for yourself, is he out of his mind? That sounds interesting. I hadn't thought of that. Ooh, that's an interesting trade. I might try that myself. Ha ha. But there will be no memberships. I'm under no obligation to produce product for paid memberships because they die the end of this week. I will be cutting them off. And I will be a free agent YouTuber to do whatever I wish. And I will declare to you, hey, I'm trading contracts myself. So up to you whether you want to do what I do or follow what I follow. But rest assured, what I will be talking to you about is going to sound rather familiar to you. You'll probably note he still talks about SoFi and he talks about GameStop and he talks about Rocket. There will be similarities, but there will be differences. And that is the new direction of this channel because for the next 3 months, I will not be home. I will be on the road and doing some traveling that I've wanted to do for decades. And you're invited to come with me. And I'm happy to share some of that with you if you'd like to absorb it. So come on by, stick around, and hey, let's have some fun. Lame Duck is number 56 today. A Bagel Babe in the house. The man, 2.18 billion AUM. Robert, good. Then I will stay awake. Bagel Babe, a bittersweet week. Margin called. Good morning, everybody. The man, I can't believe GameStop only has 2 2026 option chains right now. It's, yeah, what can I say? Mike, good morning, everybody. Computer Whiz, hit that thumbs up button for Bruce, people. The man, oh man, we are so going to get information from Uncle Bruce in the future. This is going to be good. Larry, good morning, Mr. Titus, number 68 today. Corinne is here. Corey is here. Dude is here. How you doing, guys? Welcome, communicating from the future. Whoa. Charlie, wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be a great send-off to see Uncle Bruce or SoFi burst out this week before Uncle Bruce stops the live show? I love when Uncle Bruce calls out the stock prices like a horse race. JV, good morning. Flint Creek Soap Company in the house, good morning. Mr. Lucky Go Around, good morning. Number 74, Double D, good morning, everybody. And DJ Meltdown is here saying, hey, hello, how's it going? Welcome all to the program. Nice to have you here. Let's see what happens today. Look, the markets are up this morning so far in the pre-market, but not by a lot. You might notice that the Dow is showing a 33-point gain, which is 0.07% higher than the close on Friday. That is not a ringing endorsement of the EU trade deal that Trump put together. If we had a phenomenal market euphoria that there's a deal with Europe, we'd be up 500 points in the pre-market. We're up 33. It's a nothing burger. S&P's up 13. That's 1/5 of a point. NASDAQ is up 86 points. That's where it's been all morning. Up a little over a third of a point, 0.37%. The market is telling me and should be telling you, the way you should be interpreting this is that the market is going, yeah, okay, great. You made a deal with Europe. It's a 15% tariff. We know what that is. It's a 15% consumption tax on every American citizen for anything coming from Europe. That's what that means. The spin-off, unfortunately, is this. Businesses in America are going to pay more for merchandise coming into their retail operations, whether they run a retail brick and mortar store or whether they offer an online selling program. The bottom line is costs to American businesses and individuals who import their own product and distribute it and whatever they do is going higher. And the estimate for the next, 10 years, Americans are going to pay $1.5 trillion in higher taxes as a consumption tax. And that money is supposed to help fund or totally fund the $6 trillion in taxes that Americans have been cut by, or taxes have been cut to American taxpayers from the so-called extension of that tax bill, that big, fat, beautiful bill. $4.5 trillion is unfunded. It's supposed to come from cuts in spending, but those haven't been announced. Those haven't been clarified. Those haven't been detailed in detail at all. And so Americans are unaware and are unsure of where $4.5 trillion in cuts are coming. But those in the know who do the math have figured out there's only a few places it can come from. Very few places $4.5 trillion can actually come from. And that's the number one area is known as entitlements, government handouts, government subsidies, government support. And we'll start right with the number one victim of cuts, healthcare to Americans who need it the most, the poor. They don't have a voting bloc of influence in Washington. The poorest Americans that make the least amount of money, the bottom 30% of Americans, have absolutely no political power whatsoever in Washington, especially if Republicans are ruling the roost. If there are Democrats running the Senate and Democrats running the House and a Democrat in the White House, they would have a shot at something. But with Republicans controlling all three branches of government and Republicans controlling many of the Senate, the state House legislatures, the states, the 50 states many are dominated by Republicans. The bottom 35% are screwed, and they are going to pay dearly for the next 10 years under this proposed big, fat, beautiful bill that just passed 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately for them, and unfortunately for the very wealthy of the United States and those who are entitled or looking for massive tax savings, $4.5 trillion can't be extracted from the bottom 30% only. If it were just that simple, if you could just cut lunch programs and get $1 trillion and cut Medicaid and whatever to poor people and get another $1 trillion, oh, wouldn't it be simple? But it doesn't work that way because it doesn't cost $4.5 trillion to feed school children. It has to come from other areas. And so now there are worries about the possibility of Social Security cutbacks or extensions. You have to work longer to get it, or you'll only be allowed a certain limit, and after that you'll pay more in tax on it, or something. Something has to give. It has to come from the VA, the Veterans Administration. It has to come from environmental spending. It has to come from the Transportation Department. It has to come from somewhere else. The Education Department. You cut somewhere. $4.5 trillion in spending so that the tax cuts for the people who need it the most, millionaires and billionaires who need it desperately to maintain their lifestyles, can get it. Because in reality, the $6 trillion tax cut, if you divide it out who gets it, the top 40 percentile gets almost all of it. The bottom 60 percentile get very little in the $6 trillion tax cuts. Why? They don't pay much in taxes. When you only make $15,000 a year, how much are you paying in tax? When you're making $1.5 million, you pay more in dollars than someone at $15,000. Well, that makes sense. You make 100 times more than a person over here, you're probably paying more taxes than the person over here. Yes, that all makes sense. But in the end of the day, it's the budget. Does it work? No, it does not work. The U.S. budget deficit will increase because the thinking is $3.5 trillion will not be funded. $1 trillion will be found or created in cuts. The rest will be added onto the deficit, but no Republican will admit that because that is political suicide. Democrats, for some reason, just aren't talking about it yet. I think they're waiting until the midterms, and they'll wait until the end of this year to really kick the message home. When you, in America, average Americans out there, will begin to notice, Jesus, these prices are like ridiculous. Stuff I used to buy at Costco or Safeway or Albertsons or what, I'm paying way more for a lot of stuff than I used to. Well, that's when the realization kicks in that the tariffs are a tax called a consumption tax on every man, woman, and child in the United States, which means your standard of living is dropping, and that's why the US dollar has already dropped going into today, although today it's reacting nicely against other currencies, but that might be a temporary bump, and then down we go again. Just saying, it's working for some, not for others. We're up a little on the markets, but not by much. Oil is up $130 a barrel because it's drill, baby, drill. That is the official policy of the United States government for its energy needs and problems. The United States is being pushed by the administration to be a world exporter of energy to other countries. The United States wants to sell liquid natural gas to the Japanese. They want to sell all kinds of liquid natural gas to the Europeans under the new trade deals to guarantee that surplus natural gas, which oil companies are burning off to get oil out of the ground, has a place to go for some money. And the policy of the American government is to drill energy out of the ground, no matter where you can find it, if possible, and enjoy the royalties and become a dominant power in the energy business. When in reality, America could just install on a national program basis solar panels on every house and every business in the United States, rather than have just roofs, and generate more power than they could possibly want, including for AI. But no one is listening to that argument because the oil and gas business has the lobbyists in Washington to bribe the politicians to get what they want. There are no bribers in Washington on behalf of clean energy to get what they want. And so those who pay get to play, because this is the Trump administration, not the Biden administration. This is where paying pays back. And so 3 more years, 3.5 more years of fun. Thank you very much. Let's have a good time. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm just an old man ranting and raving until Thursday. What can I say? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. Bobby, hey, it's hot in Ontario already. I need to quit my day job just to stay out of the heat. Pickcomb is here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Aviator, thank you. Wherever you are, thank you. Juan JM, good morning, number 81. Murray from Tokyo, good morning, good evening, and hello there. Margin called, open hours. Pre-market is 11.9 million open book trading. Let's take a look at the, if we can, at the pre-markets. Right now, SoFi is trading 773,000 at 21.31. A peek at the pre-market. Let's take a look at what's going on over here. There we go, right there. And here we are. We're up 61 on Rocket Lab, up 12 on SoFi, up 7 on GameStop. The Qs are up 234. MicroStrategy up $11. Spire's up 34 cents. Smart Rent up 3 to 117. Go Smart Rent. Apple's up 40. Tesla up 413. Microsoft up 176. Google's up 91. Amazon up 215, Nvidia up 111, and Meta up 413. The Magnificent Seven are having a magnificent morning. Not that they're up in double-digit percentage terms, but they are somewhat higher. Open Door Technologies is up 22 cents this morning at $2.76 a share. That makes those cash-secured puts even cheaper for some of you who wrote those last week or two. Kohl's is up a nickel. Krispy Kreme is up a couple of cents. And so is GoPro, a couple of cents higher than the close. There's the story. Other stocks we're watching, like Super Micro, is up 134, ASTS up 79, AI up 36 cents, Palantir up 208 to 160.88, Unity up 15, Goldman Sachs up $2, Cisco down 79 this morning, Spiders are up 136, Netflix up $2, Pfizer down a penny, Arc Innovations up 111, IBM up 57 cents. At $2.60 a share after hitting 290 something earlier in the year. Uber up 45 cents, HPQ up a nickel, Adobe down 31, Open Door, like I said, up 18, Kohl's up 6, Krispy Kreme now up a penny, and GoPro up about 2 pennies so far. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining me. Life is Easy said it's also at 15% for them as well. On the import side, yes, not good. It's a consumption tax. That's going to slow down business. This is anti-business. When it's more expensive to be in business, less business gets done. You can put in whatever tariffs you want, but consumers don't pay consumption taxes out of money they don't have. They can only pay consumption taxes on money they've got. And if items become more expensive, they will buy fewer items because they don't get 20% raises at work. Don't know if you noticed that, but employers don't give 20% raises because of consumption taxes. Lisa, tariffs on EU products before April 2nd were 2.5%. This is clearly not a good deal. Dave Val, thank God you know everything. And thank God you do too, because Dave, if you didn't know everything, I would be useless. I need your guidance to tell me everything you know so I can pass it on to everyone else, because obviously you clearly are the genius here. Life is Easy. This is a great deal for the USA. BS, why would my tax dollars pay for people who do not want to work? I mean, after all, these bums who make $15,000 a year, these lowlifes who make $17,000 a year. I mean, let's think about that. If you can make $15,000 a year, it's $1,200 a month. You're making $1,000 a month. You lowlife, useless person making a miserable $1,000 a month. Who is that? Who are those lazy bastards out there? Oh, university students going to school, working part-time. Senior citizens not getting enough money from Social Security and working as greeters at Walmart. Single mothers who are raising 3 kids on her own and working on the side as a waitress. Yeah, all these people. Come on. Sharon. Hi, everybody. Hi there. Love Boat Captain. Don't believe these entitlement cuts. Don't believe in them. Listen to Scott Bassett himself, or Bissonette, whatever his name is, not someone who's making stuff up on YouTube channel. You are being misinformed on this topic. I believe the billionaires who are running the cabinet in the White House. They know what it's like to live on $1,000 a month. They know. Hey, Dave, this consumption tax has been in effect ever since I was born. No matter what president, no matter what bill, no matter what country. Just a guy. Good morning, yo. Thank you, Dave, for your incredible insight. Yes, of course. Let's take all those duties and charges that we've had for the last 40 years, and I don't know. Let's multiply them by like 4, 5, 6. Nothing bad can happen from that, can it? I mean, the car companies, GM is lying when they say they've lost $1 billion last quarter from the start of tariffs. Ford is just full of crap when they say they've lost $500 million. Chrysler, you can't believe a word those guys say. They make Jeeps. They lost $600 million. I don't believe those guys. They know what they're doing. Remember, Uncle Bruce is from, you know where he's from. Hey, remember, he's from Canada. You know, he's one of those guys. I love Boat Captain. I'm from Canada, and it's an utter disaster. You know, it's funny around here in Canada, where I live in Alberta. There's this media is firing up all kinds of talk around here that there's a huge separation movement going on in Alberta, that Alberta wants to separate from Canada. And what is not mentioned, because it's politically difficult to say, but I can say it because I'm not sponsored by anybody, is that the separationists in Alberta generally don't live in the big cities. They live out in the country. The big city folks like Calgarians and Edmontonians and the folks where all the office towers are and where the bucks are made and the taxes are paid. The farmers pay taxes too. Let's not give that up, but they do get well looked after. In any event, those of us out here who are trying to work and make it go, but we look at Canada as a little different than people in the farm. Funny thing is, if you put up borders around Alberta and say we're a separate country, you're landlocked. You have no access to the sea. You need pipelines to move your product over borders, which will now have tariffs. And you want to bring food in from Eastern Canada to the West, or finished goods from Eastern Canada to Western Canada, If you think you're paying a lot now for goods from Eastern Canada, wait until you're a separate country. And all you've got to offer the rest of the country is some wheat, barley, canola, and oil. And they've got everything else manufactured that you need. Alberta's cost of living will sky high go up to the moon. There will not be enough production of oil and gas and crops to sustain this province against the increased costs of being its own country. But hey, I'm just a guy going, I've heard this talk now since the 70s and the 80s, and it comes and it goes, and it comes and it goes. At the end of the day, Alberta, where I live, is the most prosperous province in the country. Its population here makes more money on average than any other province. They have the lowest taxes in this province than any other province in the country. They have no sales taxes, provincial sales tax. They have it so good. They're so full of themselves. They have no idea how good they have it. But then again, when you walk around with blinders on and you believe your own BS, you'll believe anything. And you'll drink more of your own Kool-Aid because it's moonshine and it just tastes so good. It's quite amazing. I'm just a guy, 70-year-old guy who's been watching this crap since the 70s as an adult, mid-70s, turned 21. And I just sit here and go, how naive people really are. It is just incredible. And yet, the old game continues. If you want to become an elected politician, especially at the federal level, there's a simple playbook. A simple, easy, guaranteed playbook to get reelected every time. It almost always works unless there's a real movement around. The old playbook is divide your voters and blame one group against another and say to the whole group, I'm your peacemaker, I'm the deal maker, I'm the guy that can make it all work for you. And get so many people upset on this side and on this side that they just go at each other, and you come down the middle with enough votes to win the whole thing. And call your opposition a communist, a socialist, a capitalist, a dreamer, a schemer, whatever you want to call them, and then blame groups that cannot attack you as a politician. And the easiest group to blame are outsiders, foreigners, the down and out, and call people who are suffering from serious medical issues losers and lazy bums that don't want to work. And they cannot defend themselves. They have no political clout whatsoever. Use them as fodder and get enough of your base riled up to believe in your cause, and just get one more vote than anyone else, and you're in. And if you've got 5 people running, you only need 21% of the vote to have the most votes. Everyone else gets 19. You're in. It's the old playbook. It hasn't changed. In the 60s and 70s, the Floridian politicians would run against the Cubans. Just blame Cubans for everything. And in the South, you blame it all on those poor folks. Blame it all on them. And then in other regions of the country, you blame other people. Canada has its own game, French, English, the whole 9 yards. And in Alberta, it's everyone else outside of Alberta. We pay more in taxes than any other people in the country. Yeah, because you make the most. Gee, have you noticed your standard of living in Alberta is so much higher? Do you know how much we pay for healthcare here in Alberta? Do you know what the average healthcare bill is for all Albertans? 0. We don't pay any premiums for healthcare in Alberta. None. 0. Now, some people say, well, it's not worth anything. How many people in this province go bankrupt because they break their leg, or they break their arm, or they get a kidney disease, or they have a heart attack? How many people in this province go bankrupt because they get a $500,000 bill from their hospital? None. Canada has a national healthcare program, and it's run by provinces. This province charges nothing to be in the healthcare system. Is it the greatest province ever all time? No. Is it perfect in every single way? No. But is it really that bad? Really? Have you been to other countries? Just a guy, just going, wake up, people, and look around a little bit. Anyway, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy. I don't know. Anyway, there it is. Welcome all. It is what it is. All right. Welcome all to the program. Like me, hate me, I don't care. I'm not on the air after Thursday anymore. I can say whatever the hell I want. Charlie, you know what? You could sell covered calls against the shares you own out 3 to 6 months and make a premium to lower your average cost price. You could also sell the shares or write cash. You could put with the cash for premium. Wise words from a wise man. Good morning. And Ford, GM and Ford are losing money, okay, because they were forced to invest in electric vehicles technology by the previous administration. You're full of shit. You're just full of shit. Pure shit. Charlie, make sure you have the correct trading level on your account to write those contracts before you make any moves. Usually requires level 4 on the options side. All right. Jeff Presley, you know what? Good morning, all. Are you tired of winning? I'm not. Thank you, everybody. RJ, is SoFi going to 30 tomorrow? Wouldn't that be great? Charlie, Uncle Bruce's classes are a great learning tool and worth every penny, Mary. Mary, thank you for your advice, Charlie. I appreciate it. God bless you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, listen, why don't you talk about something you know about while you're a moron? You're I don't know, you don't understand world affairs. I don't know. I'm Dave. I don't know. I'm just a guy, you know. Welcome to the program, loser. What can I say? Well, let's say thank you all for being here. Those who want to be here, appreciate it. I'm just a guy trying to, tell you what I think is going on. But hey, you don't have to listen to me. You listen to yourself. Many of you do. It's okay. Listen to yourselves and good luck to you. I'm just a guy trying to really tell you how to make money in this market through writing options. But I will give you my 2 bits worth of info because I can. It's my channel. And look, whether you agree with me or not on anything, doesn't matter. The bottom line is this: are you making money? Are you making money in the market? Have you made any money writing options in the last 4 years since we've started talking about that? If you're a day trader, gambler, you're gonna do what you do and pay the price, win, lose, draw. I don't know, whatever. But if you're really interested in making money in this market, you're probably going to become an option writer. And you're going to say to this market, you know what? I don't want to be the gambler on the floor of the casino. I want to be the casino. I want to generate income on a steady basis in a conservative way. And I don't want to play hot hunches. I don't want to play penny stock rumors on Reddit. I do understand that there are the new meme stocks out there and there are hot trading stocks here and there. And yeah, we all know that. But if you really want to be here for a while, you want to be here for a long time, and you want to be in the market and live off of the stock market. I mean, actually not have a day job where you lost a whole bunch of money over here, and now you need your day job to get by on, and you're completely at the mercy of your manager or the company you work for survival economically. What a terrible position to be in. I mean, my God. Don't get put in that position. Have a side gig, and if it is option writing, if your side gig is option writing, that equals half your salary. You've got that additional capital coming in to live a much better life. Then knock yourself out. Hey, it's his channel, Mike says. There you go. Uncle Bruce, wait till you see Tokyo. This city is unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. Is that why your wife came to the surgery in the United States? Here we go. See, now here's these comments from people who just don't get it. You just don't get it. Did I say it's perfect? Did you hear me say it's perfect? I said it's zero cost for emergency healthcare. And you haven't got that in the United States. I can tell you that right now. How many Americans go broke every year in the United States from falling down and breaking a hip, and then having complications? I mean, it's just unbelievable. How many people, think they have health insurance? They go to their doctor, provider, or whatever, and then they need certain treatment, and they get denied coverage. There's no denial of coverage in Canada. Now, elective surgery and emergency surgery, 2 different factors. And Auntie Jen, right here, could have got her hip replaced here. Yeah, for sure. She could have been on the waiting list for 2 or 3 years. unfortunately, rightly or wrong. We could have paid for private hip surgery here in Canada too. We could have done that. But we were given the opportunity and took advantage of the opportunity for the Eisenhower Medical Center in Rancho Mirage, California. 2-week waiting period for the full-blown latest technology hip operation. We went for that. We could afford it. We did it. I apologize to no one for that. A dear relative of mine had hip surgery here in the province, and it cost him nothing. He waited his turn. He had to outwait COVID. He did so. He got his operation, and he's alive and well, and all is well. Jen had 2 hip operations in 2 successive years after suffering for 15 years of degenerative arthritic hip pain. And so we did it our way. My relative did it their way. And we're all moving forward in our lives. It's up to you, folks. You decide what you want to do. I had a I did not have a hip operation. I had a hernia operation. And that was years ago. And I had it done here. I had to wait so many months to get into surgery. I told my doctor, look, if there's a cancellation and you want me in 48 hours, I'm there. I'll drop everything and I'll be available. And that's kind of what happened. I was supposed to go 4 months, and it took 2 months. And it was a day procedure, and cost me absolutely nothing. In the U.S., 10 grand would have been 10,000 out of my pocket. And that's with healthcare and deductibles and you name it, all that nonsense. And again, it depends. Now, some of you in America have the best of the best, and I say God bless you. Fantastic. You've got healthcare through your work, through your employer, and there's no deductible, and you got this and you got that. Fabulous. But is it even across the board? No. In Canada, you make $1 million a year, you make $100,000 a year, you make $10,000 a year, you make nothing. We're all entitled to healthcare for emergency care. And elective surgery, we're all on waiting lists. Now, those who can afford to pay to get private treatment in Germany, Switzerland, India, Malaysia, anywhere in the USA, knock yourself out. That's never been argued, never will be argued. But it is free in this country. I'm just saying, it's not free. I agree as well. But basic emergency care, I have a friend of mine, another one, emergency heart attack, triple bypass, not a nickel. And he was treated immediately. He couldn't believe it. If you'd have told him a week before the surgery, hey buddy, a week from now you're going to have triple bypass, he'd have looked at me and said, what are you talking about? Why would I have triple? I'm fine. I've never had a heart attack. And within a week, 5 days later, he wasn't feeling well, went into the clinic, and he was sent to the hospital immediately. And within 48 hours, he had a triple bypass. He had no idea this was coming. Never had heart issues, ever. Fully recovered, doing great. He's followed the doctor's orders, and he's doing fine. Now, did it cost him some money? Of course it cost him some money. Yes, you got to park your car there. You will need some pain pills. There's certain medications that aren't covered fully, but partially covered. Yes. Is it absolutely perfect in every way without question whatsoever? No. Tell me somewhere it is. Not in America, baby. No. Anyway, Jeff Glass says, neat. Don't forget the knee emojis. We're opening in 10 minutes. Let's get something going here. You guys want to make money or what? I might write cash security puts if SoFi drops on these earnings beat, and that's a good idea. Jared, what's it like in Cincinnati? It's cloudy. Thank you joining Team Casino. Jared, thank you for being here. Charlie, laugh out loud. Welcome to the program, loser. Erasmus, hey, let's go. Home stretch. Love you, Uncle Breeze held up for SoFi earnings for us. Bagel Babe, the trolls showing up for the last week. How original. James, over half of all bankruptcies in the United States are because of medical debt. Well, it's the horror stories that have come out of the United States have been just heartbreaking for decades. You know, not during the Trump administration or the Biden administration or the Obama administration or the Bush administration. Decades and decades, and it doesn't matter what state you live in, and it doesn't matter. How many Americans live to turn 60? That's all they're trying to do. As soon as I get to be 60, I'm on Medicaid. I'm covered. VA veterans. How many VA veterans are being let down by their country after giving it all, sacrificing everything. It's unbelievable. It's just mind-numbing. JJ, it's a basic healthcare safety net. Call it socialism if you want to. The majority go to fund campaigns or medical bills. Neat from Stuart. Okay, all the paid trolls coming in to say goodbye. Lisa, in the UK, people receive healthcare on the NHS based on clinical need, not their ability to pay. And that's in Canada as well. Medical need. That is correct. If you have a kidney issue, you're going to get looked after immediately. If you've got a heart attack, you're in the ward right now. You've broken your leg, you're getting treated right now. You're getting an operation if necessary, cast, absolutely. You're getting physical physio afterward, all necessary. Yes. You want a facelift? You want Canada to pay for your facelift? Think again. Okay, think that through. No, that's elective. That one you pay for. That is not a national health concern for Canadians. Okay, cosmetic surgery. Hey, Botox. Come on. Yeah, get real. John, good morning, everybody. John Harpster. Neat. Don't forget the knee emojis, everybody. The Knights of Knee are the ones in charge, not the trolls. Dude, Uncle Bruce, what do you think will happen in regards to your poll question? Oh, well, let's talk about that finally. Yes, please. Let's talk about the poll question. 212 people have answered my poll question. Have you got the guts to answer my poll question and got the fortitude to give us a thumbs ups? Because I have to fight trolls today. I thank you very much. 123 people have fought the trolls and have given me a thumbs up today, despite what the trolls are trying to do. I do appreciate you for this, as always. We have 212 voters saying, look, here's the question of the day, the statement of the day. SoFi will release their second quarter financial results in the pre-market tomorrow, and the stock will, here are your four choices: go higher on blowout results, stay where it is no matter what the company says, they'll just go lower just because. What do you think? There's three choices. Tell me what you think about these choices. Give me your answer. So far, 48% of the 215 responders say we're going higher on blowout results. This company is going to come out with numbers that's going to blow away the street, and the stock is going higher no matter what the doubters say. Okay. 21.25 right now. Please go to 25.25. 18% of the people are saying no, it's going to stay right where it is no matter what. They're going to exceed expectations. They're going to meet expectations. They're not even going to meet expectations. It doesn't matter. The stock is going down, period. It's just going to go back. And it's going to stay where it is, let's say. And then go lower. 34% say it's going to go lower just because. Bruce, they're going lower. The stocks have had a lovely run from the low teens to the mid-teens to the upper teens. And now we've been in this 20, 21, 22 area, give or take. It's going to go lower now, no matter what. They could come out with triple their earnings and the stock's going to go down. Well, look, that's why I'm asking the question. I want to get your take on this. What do you think? 47% say higher, 18% say no change, 35% say lower. There you go. There's the, this is probably the same result every time I do this poll. This might be the same result. I don't know. I'm just a guy trying to, figure it out with you. Thank you all for answering. I'd love to hear you. Jeff Glass says hundreds of thousands go bankrupt because of medical expenses, and hundreds of thousands more die because they ignore medical needs because they fear going bankrupt. And this is a terrible thing, isn't it? James, Corinne, neat. Dak, morning, Uncle Bruce, Antigen, go SoFi, D.A. Judah, neat. Lisa, in America, even after death, they will hound your surviving relatives for payment of your health care bills. Alex, 123, good morning, everybody. Charlie, I wrote Q contracts on Friday afternoon. I wrote 10 574 575s for July 30 expiry. That's in 2 days. The Qs are 567.66 at the moment. I believe that's where we are, up about $1.34 or so. And you are looking good at 574.75. I like your positioning. Look, I want to mention to all of you out there, if you're writing triple Qs, SPYs, you're writing call credit spreads on anything, stocks, indexes, but especially the Qs and the SPYs, which have 0 day, 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day. You can play the game where you can guess what it's going to do today. And you can play the game where you're going to write a call credit spread or a put credit spread or a condor, an iron condor, where you say, look, I'm willing to, after an hour or so, I'm willing to gamble on what it's going to do today. Now, that forces you, unfortunately, maybe unfortunately, to push the envelope a little bit, where you will have to put a put credit position or a call credit position together too close to the campfire, which means you're writing a call not high enough away from the market because you're trying to get a premium. And the one you're buying is worthless, maybe worth a nickel. The one you're selling is 30 cents or 28 cents, and you've got a 23-cent credit, an 18-cent credit, a 15-cent credit. You're trying to do something really quick and a couple of bucks times 10 or 20 contracts. You can get caught. You can get caught if the market runs on you, of course. Same on the put side. A strategy to consider is to go forward 2 or 3 days or 4 days. And maybe, just maybe, your strategy should be more along the lines of, why don't I write today a Wednesday expiry spread, and today I'll do a Thursday expiry spread, and today I'll do a Friday expiry spread. Now, each of those spreads are at different strike prices. Why? Time gives you the ability to bring in a credit on a call credit spread or a put credit spread further out from the campfire, depending how much time you're willing to give the trade. Now, you got to ask yourself, wait a minute now, Uncle Bruce, look, if I'm going to write something that expires today, I will accept a 5, 6, 7, 8% return on my money, because it is, after all, an expiry today. For tomorrow, I'm not interested in a 5% return, even though I can go forward in pricing. I would like more than 5%. I agree. For 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, absolutely. You should get a higher return, but you should also get the further away from the campfire reward, the protection. And so study your option chains. Wait for the first hour or so to come by and let the market show its hand today. If the Qs want to be up $1.50, $2 an hour in, we want to be at 569 a little later this morning. Now you're going to look at 570 somethings for today, or tomorrow even higher, or the day after even higher. Can you get all the way out to 575, 580, 583? Can you go out $10 from here, 569 to 579, 582, before you write a call? Can you do that? Now, think about this. If you do take, say you have a certain amount of money and you take a quarter of it, and you use a quarter of your capital, again, accounts 100,000 or less, even 50,000 or less, you're using $5,000 to do a trade. Let's just suppose using $5,000 to do a trade, and you're going to do 4 trades. You're going to set up 4 call credit spreads with $5,000 each, one expiring maybe today or tomorrow, one for the day after that, another one for the day after that, and one for the day after that. That means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday expiries this week. Just a suggestion. Each of those pairs will be at subsequent higher strike prices, further away from the campfire, for obvious reasons. The market is up today. There's optimism in the air. You definitely want to be ahead on this. If you can get the right price, you'll put all 4 together. If you can't get the right price, you might not write tomorrow's expiry at all. You might only write Wednesday's expiry and Thursdays and Fridays today, but you won't write Wednesdays or Tuesdays. It just isn't showing you a premium with enough of a strike protection to make it worth your while. So you say, sorry, I'm not going to do it. But tomorrow, I'm going to write the Monday next week, and the day after tomorrow I'm writing Tuesdays, because I'm rolling out of Wednesdays and Thursdays to now go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. This is a continual chain. This is a continual rolling forward of each position. Again, rolling might be the wrong word. You create the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday contracts, and by tomorrow afternoon you're closing Wednesday's contracts, hopefully. Or you're closing them tomorrow late, or Wednesday morning first thing, you shut down Wednesday. Sometime during Wednesday, you shut down Thursday, but you've already created Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Each day goes by, you create the next 4-day out position or 5-day out position, depending on how many you want to be involved with at any one time. And now you know going in that no spread was ever written unless I was at least $5 out of the money, or 6 or 8, whatever your own internal comfort zone suggests. That I've got to be out far enough before I write a credit spread. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. And so the market might dictate it. Now, obviously, what's the best scenario? What's the best? You write Wednesday, Thursday, Friday positions today. And tomorrow morning we talk and the Dow is off 150 points and the Qs are down $8 each in the pre-market. And you're sitting there going, oh my God, the Wednesdays are worthless. The Thursdays are almost worthless. And those Fridays have really come down. Best case scenario, the market gave it to you. Not even the clock didn't give it to you. The market gave it to you. Well, of course you'll take your exit strategy. Of course you're out of Wednesdays. You're out of Thursdays. Thank you very much, sir. You're now looking at writing a new Friday position tomorrow, another one, a second one, or a Monday position, or a Tuesday position again, with that Friday position being out of the money. Welcome to the party, pal. These are suggestions. These are ways to play this, okay? I'm just saying. John, Bagel Time, Chase, Rosita Parker, number 135. Thank you so much, Chase, Rosita. Alex, I've been a member here for 49 months. Thank you for everything, Uncle Bruce. And Jen, my wife, is going part-time next year thanks to the income we're bringing in from options. You are a life changer. Giddy up. Thank you so much, my friend. Boeing, neat. Alex, I'm calling a red day on the market today. GDP and Fed on Wednesday, core PCE and personal spending Thursday, unemployment and tariffs on Friday. You picked a busy last week. Larry has hit the bells. Bruce, we're open. We're trading. We're up. We're running, baby. We're making money now. GBS, Uncle Bruce, market is at an all-time high here. Thoughts on buying the VIX or buying puts on the Qs? Thank you. Again, I'm just went through all of this a moment ago. You know my position. I'll keep you posted next week what I think. Charlie, premium on that Q contract was 17 cents. Not a lot, but it was far away from the money and only a $1 spread. Well, that means a 17% return on your money. That's an excellent write. 17 cents is not what you're looking at. 17% is what you're looking at. That is exceptional. Very nice. Pulled in 17 cents for 3 days and will close early if possible. Charlie, neat. Henry, let's go. Andrea, hey, Uncle Bruce. Welcome all to the show. Thank you all for joining us. We're open. We're up and running. We're trading. We're down 23 on the Dow. We're even negative to open on the Dow. Go figure. Thank you all for joining me today. It's great to have you here. What do we got going on? We got the Qs up 177 at 568.14. SoFi down 18 cents. GameStop down 7. Rocket Lab down 33. Microsoft is up 56. Apple up 2 cents. Nvidia up 155. Google up a quarter. Tesla up 70 cents. Amazon up 120. Welcome to the opening, everybody. Welcome to July 28th, 2025. I'm glad you're here. We got action outside my window here in downtown Calgary. It is so dark and foggy. It's rainy. I can barely see skyscrapers 3 blocks away from us. That's how socked in we are this morning. No dust happening and no forest fires in downtown Calgary today. It is raining, and there you have it. Thank you all for being here. I love that you've joined me from wherever you are. It is much appreciated. Thank you all. 2090 on the SoFi, apparently. 2090, down about 30 cents. On 3.6 million opening volume, although my volume now may be a little more accurate if I look at my market watch, and it is showing me volume of 4.5 million so far. So there's a seller getting out first thing this morning, and they're being taken out of there. Down 30 cents was the last indicated trade on SoFi. Thank you, everybody. Rocket Lab is down 46. Now SoFi is 2095, down 26. Looks like it's popping back up again. GameStop down 6 cents. The Qs, 568.41. Apparently holding a $2 gain at the moment. We'll let this market settle itself out. Looking at the big market, the Dow is down 35. It's getting worse. Qs are S&P's up 8, and the Qs or Nasdaq's up 79. Qs are up 204. Another suggestion on doing credit spread trading on indexes, SPY, for example, the S&P 500. I would look at SPY if you're not as comfortable with the volatility of the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ 100, dominated by the Magnificent Seven, may turn you on, might turn you off. You're a credit spread writer. You're looking for shrinkage. You're looking for boredom. You're looking for a contract that will just die worthless. You're writing 2-day to 5-day contracts, $1, $2, $5 spreads, or something in that neighborhood, $1 to $5. 10 at a time, 20 at a time, depending. If you got $2 spreads, you might do 20 at a time for a $4,000 trade. If you're doing $5 spreads, you're doing 10 at a time for a $5,000 spread, or 8 at a time for a $4,000 spread. How much capital do you want to put into it? But SPY may be more attractive to you because it's more of a conservative index. It doesn't swing as much as NASDAQ does. So again, it's up to you to call which one you want to play with. If you've taken my classes, you've learned the basics, you understand how this works. Now the question is, what fits your tolerance level? Okay, Andre Hanklers, I am sitting on a 580, 585 call spread that I wrote 10 days ago. 580, 85. We're at 568 right now. 17 days to expiry. I'll wait and see in 3 or 4 days. I'll roll the position if I have to. You're doing it absolutely right. Andrea, that trade absolutely is a conservative trade, well out of the market. The time gave it to you. When you wrote it, you got the time to spread yourself away. That campfire is behind you, even though we're at record highs. Well done, Andrea. On this Qs, absolutely on the Qs. Well done, Andrea. I love it. I love this trade. 580.85, 17th expiry. Yeah, look, if the Dow and the NASDAQ in 2 days, by Wednesday, wants to give up $10 and the Qs go from 570 to 560, you're sitting on 580.85s with 14 days to go. You might note that your spread, the one that you created back when, has shrunk dramatically, and you might just say, I'm taking this thing. I'm walking out of here. On the other hand, you're in an even better comfort position on Wednesday. Again, theoretically Wednesday. You might say, I'm waiting until next week. I'm going to keep folding my arms here because we're at 560 instead of 570, and I'm sitting on 580.85 positions. I'm 20 out of the money here. The stock market wants to sit between 560 and 565 for a while. Hey, hang out here for a whole week for all I care. That's what you're going to say, because at the end of that week, you're down to 7 days expiry, 8. Your contracts may already be down to virtually nothing. I mean, your spread may be so tiny that you long ago took your money and you've repositioned into a new longer term spread at 580, 595, 590, 600, or whatever the market is giving you for the amount of time you're willing to give the market. Andrea, it's called making money. And, when you annualize it, it really makes a lot of sense. A lot of people out there keep forgetting, I did 10 contracts and I only made $120. Just made 12 cents. Yeah, you made 12 cents in 2 days. You made 12% on a $1 spread in 2 days. The annualized return is out of this world. How many $120 days do you need? Okay, you do 10 of them, you made $1,200. Are you even using $1,200 to do this $120 trade? Congratulations. Think about the big picture. Christina, good morning. I'm number 68 on the thumbs up meter. Good morning, Christina. Thank you so much for being here. All of you from around the planet. I love this. Thank you all. 236 people have answered the question of the day. And we have 148 thumbs up so far in the house. Thank you, 148ers. You thumbs uppers, thank you. Hit that if you can. If you're watching on the rerun, hit me with a thumbs up. The question is, SoFi will release their second quarter financial results in the pre-market tomorrow. The stock will do what? 46% of you say the shares will go higher on blowout results tomorrow. That's what's going to happen, Bruce. This stock is going up tomorrow on blowout results. Right at the moment, we've got SoFi at 21.01, down 19 cents this morning. 18% of you are thinking it's going to stay where it is. No matter what they say, it's going to just stay where they are. And 36% of you are thinking, you know what? I think it's just going to go lower because, well, just because. I think the stock's going lower because the stock's had a great run, Bruce. And, 18 to 20 would not be unreasonable considering the run. But on the other side, going higher, no matter, on blowout, some folks are thinking here, more folks are thinking these results aren't going to be mediocre. They're not going to just meet their projections. They're going to beat the projections. They're going to beat the street because they always beat the street. The street's usually behind the management. But this number is going to beat what management said it's going to be. And it's going to catch the street looking like, again, complete idiots because analysts out there are giving this stock anywhere from a $6 to a $10 price target to a $12 to a $15 to $17. And the big, bold predictors are saying $20 a share for SoFi. And the stock's been sitting at 21, 22 the whole time. Well, maybe the go higher on blowout result people are correct. Maybe we are going to reach 24, 26 tomorrow. What if we see the company break all-time records by like a country mile? They reinstate their forward guidance much higher than before. And now analysts come out and go, okay, 25 a share. From 15 to 25 is my target, or from 13 to 20 at least. Or some will say it's a buy. I don't know if anyone will say it's a buy because they'd have to predict a $30, $35 price. I don't see any of these analysts going that high for whatever reasons they have. Maybe political in-house firms are with. I don't know. But kids, the stock is not lying, is it? Is the stock telling you this company's in big trouble? The stock isn't telling me that. I don't see that sign at all. I don't see that message. 2090 here, down 30. Okay. The low today, 2082. Okay. What was it, 1995 last week sometime? Didn't we touch that? We were in the 19s, weren't we, for like a minute? 10 minutes? Anyway, 2091, I don't see bad news there. 6.4 million traded right now on SoFi. The Qs are up 186. They're not going to 570 here, 568.23. The Qs do not seem to have this massive thing. The Nasdaq's up 64, only a third of a point. So it's not going anywhere. The Dow's down 52 points. So one is negative, the other one barely positive. S&P's up 5.9. Okay, SoFi 2092, 2094 on SoFi. GameStop 23.22, down 31. Rocket Lab down $1 forward, 46.39. Microsoft is up only 33 cents. Apple down 9. Nvidia up 124. Google down 34 cents. So the Magnificent Seven are not all up anymore. Tesla's up $3. Amazon up 159. Netflix holding $11 gain today. There you go. Those are your Magnificent Seven. Two are down. One barely up 39 cents. That's Microsoft. So we could have three negatives, and Nvidia up 127 at 174.77. The all-time high on Nvidia 175.37, which we touched on the opening today, and now we're under the high of 175.37 by about around 50 cents, give or take. Thank you all. Welcome to the party, everybody. Open Door up 4 cents at 258.8. Krispy Kreme down 28 cents. Kohl's down 45. GoPro down 1 penny. Q's up 224 at 568. Welcome to the party, everybody. Nice to have you here. Christina, we had the kids watch Back to the Future 1 and 2 over the weekend. What a great bunch of movies. Funny to see what has come true in it. Still no flying cars, though. Dude, Nini emojis. Dude, Thursday, MSTR earnings at the close, by the way, coming up. Love Back to the Future 1 and 2. I loved how they replicated number 2 so many ways. reshot scenes again. Did a masterful job. And of course, number 3 is always fun. But yeah, 1 and 2 are fantastic. Love that franchise so much. Thank you, Michael J. Fox, and thank you, Biff. Thank you, Lorraine. And thank you, Doc Brown. What an incredible cast of characters. Amazing. Thank you all so much for being here. Murray from Tokyo. If SoFi follows recent results and drops, there will be some excellent premiums available for cash secured puts. Exactly right. That's exactly right. If the stock wants to drop, those of you with some cash will write cash secured puts. If the stock goes up to 25 and 26, some of you are going to go, geez, those 25s I sold like in the last month and a half when Bruce was begging me to shift out of 20s to 25s. I might be buying those back for half what I sold them for, because there are folks here who wrote 25s for more than $7.50. There are people here who wrote them for $8 and $9. They start trading around 4, 3.5, 4, 4.5. Some of you might be thinking, I think I'm going to 30s. I'm going to grab another $3, $4 a share to write higher strike positions to get even more daily interest on my cash balances. Christina, they just don't make movies like this. I know it's a timeless movie, even though it's a movie about time. That's what I love about that movie. It's timeless about time. Another movie I love, another movie I so love, Radio Days by Woody Allen. Radio Days. Now that is a time movie. That's a classic that will always be in its time capsule zone. Love that movie too. Lots of fun. Thank you everyone for being here, joining us. Great to have you. Welcome to the party, everybody. It's nice to see you all. The Radio Days, I will say, is a little more adult oriented than perhaps Back to the Future, but fair enough. Thank you all for joining me this morning. We're going to see what happens here. For some of you out there, we're going to see in the next hour or two what your moves might be. We'll keep an eye on things for you. You'll be watching stuff. I'll be watching stuff. Again, keep an eye on the opening and see what this market really wants to show us today. What are its true intentions? Thank you those who've subscribed to this channel, who are subscribing and who are becoming members and followers, especially subscribers, because after the week is out, we will not have any more memberships. It'll be subscribers only for this channel. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I will be on an airplane to Tokyo on Friday in Japan for 3 weeks. Follow me there. Looking forward to filling you in on how it's going, and looking forward to letting you know what I'm thinking about when it comes to trading, what you should be looking at, what I'm looking at. 155 thumbs ups are now on the thumbs up meter. Thank you. 250 votes have come in for the question of the day. Please participate in that. That would be tremendous. Thank you all so very much for joining me this morning. We're down 173 on Rocket Lab as we get this first half-hour sell-off going. SoFi down 31, GameStop down 17. Going to keep an eye on all three of those as we always do. The Qs are up 205, MicroStrategy up 745, Spire Global 1108 down 8, Smart Rent at 113.5. We've got Apple unchanged now. We've got Tesla up 420, Microsoft up just 1 penny, Google down 85. So those three stocks, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, may be losers here. We'll see. Amazon up 140, Nvidia up 160, Meta up 1150 at the moment. Now Supermicro up $2, ASTS down 58, AI up 18, Palantir up 54, Unity down 15 cents. Goldman Sachs down 190, Cisco down 108. We have Netflix $12 a share on the gain. The upside $11.92 a share. The high though for the 52-week number $1,341. So we're at $11.92. We're nowhere near the high for Netflix. Pfizer down 39 cents. ARC Innovations up 27. IBM up 84. Its annual high, 52-week high, 296. We're at 260. Uber up 15 cents. HBQ down 12. Adobe down 52. Open Door up 7 cents at 261. Kohl's down 51 cents at 12.28. Krispy Kreme down 27.28 cents at 4.14 or so. And GoPro is off about 4.5 cents at 146.50. So we'll see if they trade very much today and how they trade and how they react to the markets as time continues on, with some of these meme stocks maybe losing favor. I don't know. We'll see what gives. The Dow off 61, it would appear. Make it 71, 61, 71. There it is. We're up about 4.8 on S&P, which is very little. 0.07 gain. NASDAQ around 69, 70 point gain, up 1/3 of a point. Hanging in there. The VIX is positive 31. That's a little negative, but it is at 1524, which is a very solid level for the moment. Oil up 142 at 66.58, not running away all that much here. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the program. Thanks for joining me today from wherever you are. Thank you, and thank you. A dude says NVIDIA back to 175. There you go. It's what it's doing. NVIDIA. 175.08. The high of the day, 175.37. Trying to reach that level at the moment. There you go. Welcome everyone to the program. 175.27 right now on NVIDIA. Google down 68 cents. Apple down 4. Microsoft only up 3 cents at the moment. GameStop down 9 cents. SoFi down 27. Rocket Lab down 150. The Qs are up 238. The Dow is down 78.9 points. It's a mixed market here. NASDAQ higher, the Dow lower. It's not a unified up session at all with the European news. The so-called trade deal between the European Union and America is not giving the markets a unified run at all. The market is now, I believe, fragmented and is now more concerned with economic stats coming out this week and earnings. All this week, a number of major companies are releasing financials, and I think that's what the market is now going to laser in on. For us here, tomorrow morning, SoFi. It's all SoFi tomorrow. We'll see how that plays itself out. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to the program. Nice to have you in here. Hope you're making money on your contracts. Those of you who have written Qs that expire tomorrow, day after tomorrow, later this week, next week, continued success there. I hope it's going well for you. They can certainly pay off if you write going forward. Let me know if you're writing going forward Qs or SPY contracts. Let me know if you're doing credit spreads further out. That would be great. Thank you again for subscribing. The subscribe count is rising. We have had a turnaround on my subscription counts on this channel. As of 2 weeks ago, when I announced that I was shutting down the live show and I was going to recorded videos and I was going to start trading on this channel to let you know what I'm going to do, my subscribers have started to go up. I kind of figured that would happen. I had a suspicion that people would be very curious to know, hey, what is this option writer guy going to do with his options? So he's now going to be an option writer in August. He and Jen, what are they going to? I'd like to know. I want to get his updates. If you want to know what kind of trading I'm doing, what I'm doing, and the kind of trades I'm doing, subscribe to this channel so that you get alerts every time I post a video, because there is no schedule as of next Monday going forward. There is no schedule. When I release a video, it could be in the middle of the night for you. It could be in broad daylight for me, where I am in Tokyo. It might be during market hours. It might be pre, it might be after. No one knows. But if you subscribe, you will get an alert that, oh, Uncle Bruce put up a video. Let's see what he has to say. But the good news is you won't have to watch for 2 hours to get the message. It'll be much shorter, much quicker to the point. So hopefully you'll find that of use to you. You won't find that a problem. You'll find that an advantage. And I welcome you to the channel if you're becoming a subscriber at any time. And while I'm speaking, someone just became a subscriber. How about that? Look at that. There you go. Thank you, everybody, for joining me from around the world. Love to have you here. I haven't figured out yet for sure what the game plan is for commentary. I would like to leave comments open on my recorded videos, but I may have to be very diligent in the first week or two to kick out trolls. I might have to do a lot of troll cleansing, as it were. And so we'll see what happens there. Again, I would like to give an open forum to people to comment, but it's got to be acceptable. It's got to be family friendly. It cannot be offensive. And, we know. And so we'll see how this works out. Okay, everybody? Thank you again, everybody. Thank you. Boeing stock rises. Headline here: after union rejects contract offer, a strike could happen in a week, it says on Boeing. That's an interesting comment. I thought all of its labor problems were behind it. I didn't know that Boeing had an issue. Says here that Boeing stocks rose early Monday after workers in St. Louis rejected the contract offer, raising the potential for another damaging labor strike in a few days. More than 3,200 IAM district members at Boeing facilities in St. Louis, St. Charles, Missouri, and Mascouta, I don't know if I can pronounce it, Mascouta, Illinois, have overwhelmingly voted to reject the company's contract offer during a vote held Sunday. The existing contract expired at 11:59 Central Time. There's a 7-day cooling off period before a strike would begin. And Local 837, they represent about 3,200 Boeing workers. The company's defense unit employs more than 18,000 workers in total. Sales in 2024 totaled almost $24 billion. The segment, however, lost $5.4 billion in operating profit. Money-losing fixed-price contracts have weighed on results. In September, some 33,000 Boeing workers in the Pacific Northwest went on strike, shutting down production of 737 and 777 jets for more than 7 weeks. It took 3 votes and 4 offers to reach an agreement. The accepted deal will raise average machinist wages to about $119,000 a year from $76,000, according to Boeing, over, I guess, the life of the contract. There are many ways to calculate wage gains based on seniority changes and benefits, but those two numbers are a 57% increase over a 4-year life of the contract. The rejected offer for the workers making F-15s and F-18 fighter jets, among other things, included a 40% potential wage growth over the life of the contract, according to Boeing. The average annual wage could have reached $102,000 from $75,000. The contract ratification bonus was $5,000. Boeing didn't respond to a request for a comment, but said on its website, "We're disappointed our employees voted down the richest contract offer we've ever presented to IAM 837, which addressed all of their stated priorities. We've activated our contingency plan and are focused on preparing for a strike. No talks are scheduled with the union." A potential for another strike for Boeing is certainly something that investors should be watching, says the article. Still, the potential defense business strike isn't as significant for investors as the larger strike affecting the commercial airplane business. All right. Apparently, this contract covers about 9% of its workforce. And that is part of the story there. So there you go. Interesting stuff. If the other guys are getting 119 grand, you'd figure these guys are looking for that too. That would make sense. I'm just wondering. I don't know. I'm just a guy. Anyway, that's the article that just came out regarding Boeing this morning. Just thought you'd find it interesting. Look, kids, those of you out there who are your parents and you've got kids who don't know what they want to be, or they're good with mechanos and they're good with their hands and they like to make stuff. Maybe becoming an engineer for a defense contractor ain't a bad gig. Maybe Northrop Grumman or Raytheon or whatever these companies are called. They're all have different names now. But maybe a defense contractor making F-15s and F-18s at Boeing. Maybe that's not a bad contract, not a bad job to get, because you're going to make over $100,000 a year no matter what the new contract is. you'll eventually break into that level. That's six figures versus a McDonald's day job or something else. But then again, I think the ultimate job for anyone out there would be to be an option writer and to be able to travel the world at your leisure and be your own boss and be an asset manager of your assets. But then that's just me, just a guy in front of a computer. I'm just saying. Cindy B says, I need to go further if I'm going to do triple Qs. I am rolling way too much. I've got 571, 568s for today, but we'll hold on till around noon. I see. Andrea, I've used the same strategy I used for Qs on a 225.30 call spread on Apple. That's going to expire in 18 days. I've done this on Apple. Apple right now is sitting at 214, and she's sitting on 225.30 call credit spreads. Although Apple has earnings in 3 days, I like your plan. I like how you're doing this. Jeff, Uncle Bruce, I know your subs will go up. Over the years, have seen a lot of people come and then go when they found out you didn't do the trading you talked about. I'm just a guy, so you talk about the trades, but you don't do them. Well, now you're going to be doing trades and telling us what you're doing. Many people are going to be wanting to follow this, and they're going to want to be subscribers of your channel. So maybe that's the case. I've just find that by making this move, by letting go my members, and now saying, look, I'm under no obligation to make a member show at 8 in the Eastern time. I'm under no obligation to do an 8:30 live show every day. Now, that's 2.5 hours of live. I'm now a free agent, do whatever I want, including I can trade my own account. Some of you may find that very appealing, especially as I bring up recorded videos to say, here's what I just did, or here's a trade I'm looking at doing. Here's a trade that I did a week ago, 2 weeks ago, yesterday, and going forward. These are the expiries on these contracts. Follow them yourself. This is what I'm up to. I'm looking to score this deal. Hey, I won on this trade. I broke even on this trade. I had to do a rollover on that trade. I lost on that trade. Here's what I'm doing. I'm an option writer. I'm always going to be writing. You may find that fascinating information. Giddy up. Those of you who want to have a one-on-one consultation to talk to me privately during market hours, hit me up for a one-on-one chat. $500 for an hour, hour and a half. We'll go over live trading together. We'll talk about your account and what you could be doing. Hey, yeah, I'm open to that. Classes are available and will be available. Again, giddy up and become a self-employed option writer. There you go. Thank you, everybody, and appreciate these comments very much. They make a lot of sense. This has been a debate that Jen and I have been having together. We've been going over this now. One day I'm all for it. One day I'm all against it. One day I'm not sure, and then I think I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it. This has been 6-7 months of heart-wrenching discussions that Jen and I have had about this channel and its future and its direction and our future and our direction as we approach 70 years of age. So yeah, well, welcome to the real world. Not so cut and dried for others. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We're down 30 on the Dow. We're down 11 on the Dow. We're improving a bit. S&P up 8. NASDAQ up 77. The VIX is plus 50. Oil up 164. Stocks moving the most today are Tesla, Lockheed Martin, ASML, AMD, Nike, Rivety, and others, they are saying. Murray, typhoon moving slowly towards Narita. Possible landfall on Friday when I land. I'm just saying, I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going into a typhoon? What's happening in Tokyo? When I get to Tokyo, I wish I could say. On Friday, my weather forecast service says, actually on Saturday, 55% chance of rain, high of 88. Sunday, 45%. Monday, 45%. No mention of a typhoon in Tokyo, though. So, okay.
No, a typhoon's going out here.
There's a
monsoon.
A monsoon has been going here. Jan is handing me the great bagels. Thank you so much, Jan, for the toasted.
It is wet out.
Bagel. It is a little wet outside, isn't it, today? Just a tad wet out there. a little bit of activity. Welcome all to the program. Thank you for joining us today. Jen, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm a little phlegmy today, but I'm relatively good. It's the last Monday show today, so
I was thinking about that when I did the bagel, second last bagel.
well, there's Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, yes, but the second last
Grape jelly.
grape jelly
On air bagel, yes.
bagel.
Won't be able to eat bagels on my recorded videos for the next 3 weeks out of Japan or Singapore 4 weeks or Dubai 5 weeks. So might be a while before I do
You
that.
have to make one of those ASMRs where it's just the sound of you eating.
Oh.
Maybe the sound of me making and then the sound of you eating the bagel.
Oh, okay.
So they don't go into, detox here, missing you.
There we go. A margin call. Neat. Jeff, SMCI is trying. Richard Carlin and Larry Titus and Charlie all saying hello to you this
Good
morning.
morning, Charlie and Larry and Richie.
Welcome all to the show. Bagel time.
Bagel time.
Yeah.
What are your markets doing today? A little undecided?
Well, the EU and Trump have made a deal.
Yes.
It's a 15% tariff instead of 30 or 40 or 50.
But is it on alcohol? Is it on pharmaceuticals? What's it on?
What we don't know are all the dirty details and the exemptions.
Yes.
We don't know. But the photo op was had.
Oh, good.
The markets reacted positively overnight.
Yeah.
They were positive until about a half an hour before we were to open.
Right.
Then we opened in a mixed market. We were down on the Dow, up a little on S&P, and up a little bit on NASDAQ. Now we're up 5 points on the Dow, like we're going nowhere. We're up 11 on S&P, we're up 92 on NASDAQ. This might be the best NASDAQ has had, which is now 0.44%. Like we're not even up a 0.5%.
See?
The big feature here, the big issue here is earnings this week from some of the big players and SoFi.
Tuesday morning.
Big players on a company going to be a big player, SoFi. So that's coming up now. That's going to be the focus here. That's why the market is focusing on, I think. Now we've got economic news coming this week, inflation, unemployment, all kinds of stats.
Interest rates.
Coming
Well,
up.
Canada interest rates.
Yeah, not much happening there yet. Anyway,
I'm getting binged.
I got emails coming like crazy. I'll be following those in a minute. I don't know. Margin called the worried look. No more bagels. Bobby, I second a chewing sound file for our morning withdrawals. John Gill. Good morning, Auntie Jen.
Good morning, John. Yes, maybe, the sound of a couple of slurps on the coffee, just so they don't feel abandoned,
There you go.
It would be hysterical. You'd do that, and it would be the #1 video of all time. What's he say? Nothing. He doesn't say anything.
Uncle Bruce eats a bagel while he writes stock options. Oh, wow, let's watch that. I don't know.
What a miserable day out.
Yes, it's quite.
We got thunder and lightning.
It's dust free.
Yeah.
The homeless around here are nowhere to be seen. They're sheltering in place.
They have their little hidey holes. We have a lot of not forests, but we have a lot of heavily treed area still.
Oh, the
in
park
Calgary.
areas. Yeah.
And so they manage to find little hidey holes in the trees. Keeps them dry. Or drier, let's say.
Thunder.
Can you hear the thunder?
I doubt it. We do have thunder out there.
I haven't seen any lightning, but I've been hearing the thunder for a while.
There might be some out there. I don't know.
So there.
I don't know.
Okay, well, you enjoy that. Everybody enjoy your Monday. Hope your weather is better than ours.
We hope for continued improvement.
Yeah.
The Dow up now 1 point. We're really not going anywhere at this moment. Volkswagen, BMW, and other European auto stocks are falling on the Trump EU deal. Thank you, Auntie Jen, so much. We've got mixed reaction from businesses and analysts following certain sectors: the auto sector, the pharmaceutical sector, the industrial sector, the high-tech sector, on and on it goes. We're not getting blanket celebratory reactions in the stock market to this deal. And I don't think we're going to get anything like that. SoFi right now, $21 a share, 21.01, trying to hold the 21 level at the moment. That's what I show there. The markets now in Europe are negative. I've got a negative 0.6% on FTSE. That's in the London. The German markets are down almost 1%. French down almost half a point. Asia overnight, mixed. Japan down 1.1%. Hong Kong up 2/3 of a point. Not much to speak of overall. The 10-year Treasury is paying 4.4%. U.S. dollar is rising on the euro, over a penny today on the yen, half a penny on the pound, more or less unchanged so far today. That is what we're seeing here. The Dow's up 6 points, S&P up 9, NASDAQ up 76. We're going nowhere quickly, okay? 2097 on SoFi as we were just meandering along. That's truly what's going on this market today. It's truly. If you're writing call credit spreads on the Qs or SPYs, you may want to go forward a day or two to give you a much further away strike price on the calls. Get away from that campfire. Don't get too close to it. Respect it. Oh my. Welcome on to the program. Thank you for joining me today. Question of the day. 270 votes are in. Thank you for participating today on this question of the day. What is your SoFi going to do tomorrow morning? It's essentially what I'm asking. Results come out pre-market tomorrow. 162 thumbs ups, by the way. 38 to go for 200. Thank you, everybody. What will SoFi do tomorrow morning? Will it be higher on blowout results? 46% of you say, yeah, the stock's going to go higher on blowout results. 17% say it's not going to change at all. No matter what they say, it's just going to be around here. 37% of you are thinking we might go lower just because we just might go lower. It's a bit of a split there. Still, a majority of you feel the shares could go higher on blowout results. Well, we'll know in 24 hours, won't we? 24 hours from now, the truth will be told. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all being here this morning. Rocket Lab down 193. SoFi at 2094, down 26. GameStop is positive 18 cents. GameStop a little higher. Okay. The Qs are up 249. 568.85 with the high, 568.92. All-time high. MicroStrategy up 736. Spire 1107 down 9. Smart Rent down about 5 cents at 113.5. Apple is positive 64. Tesla's up 875. Microsoft is 43 cents on the green side, pardon me. Google down 147 though. Amazon up 217. Nvidia up just 130 at 174.80 after topping out at 175.54. 175.54 was the high trade on Nvidia today. Meta Platforms up 831. Supermicro up 298. Make it $3. ASTS has gone green. It's up 4 cents. AI up 30. Palantir up 46. Unity gone green, up 6 cents. Goldman Sachs still down 155. Cisco down 90. Netflix up 12.70. Pfizer down 32. These are improving a little bit. ARC Innovations is up 62 cents at 77.42. The high for that stock, 79.19. IBM up 220, back up to about the 262 level. 296 is the high for the year, so still got a long way to go to get to that. Uber down 58 cents. HPQ down 5. Adobe up 58. Now, Open Door is only up 4 cents at 258.5. Kohl's down 17, a little moderation there. 12.62 on Kohl's. Krispy Kreme down 34 cents. 407, 408, and then GoPro down about 8.5 pennies at 142. There's the story at the moment. What these 4 stocks could use is a higher stock price on a bit of a run, which would allow them each to raise additional cash. If they could do a convertible deal, 30% higher conversion in the stock price on an uplift, that'd be huge. Would make them cash rich, like GameStop is cash rich, but not the same ratio. Obviously, GameStop is sitting on $9 billion. I'm just saying. Anyway, GameStop has a nice spike going, says Christina. Giddy up. Go, GameStop, go. I would love to see GameStop take a shot. That would be terrific. GameStop right now up 16 cents. Come on, GameStop. It was down this morning on the opening, and now it's a little higher. Thank you very much. The volume on GameStop, 1.6 million. Nothing incredible to write home about. SoFi volume this morning, 13.5 million. Not much to get excited about either. Which sort of tells me a couple of things. SoFi hanging around 21 and not trading very heavily. There's no panic to get out. There's no worry that, they're not going to deliver on their results. No. I think what's really going on here is those who got in, wanted in, are already in. They bought SoFi in the last 2 weeks. Those who believe SoFi will outdo the projections, outdo the analysts, outperform their own guesstimates, they bought in already, and they're doing this. Today we have day traders. We have day traders in SoFi guessing the mood of the market and the mood of the SoFi followers. And they're not making much of an impact here with a 33-cent move. There's nothing dramatic going on. But look, the day is young. Could be shorters out there going to try to mucky it up a little bit today. Maybe. What I wonder about is what if SoFi comes out with their announcement tomorrow? You know, and I know Mr. Noto is going to be on CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox. He's going to talk to the Wall Street Journal. He'll talk to all the analysts on the conference call. You know, it's media day tomorrow for Mr. Noto. Media day. If the company is upping their forecasts, he's going to promote that. But again, you may find, and I may find, that, yeah, he's promoting a higher revenue projection for SoFi going forward, but he's also going to be, again, too conservative, where he's not going to push the narrative all that much. That might be the case. Key here is the higher the shares go, the closer Noto gets to his stock options coming through. Because the stock has to trade for like 30 or 60 consecutive days over certain values for bonuses to kick in for him and his key people. I would imagine the top 50 people at SoFi are all in line for stock bonuses if the shares perform at higher and higher and higher levels, just like Tesla for Elon and his group. Same thing back 5 years ago, 10 years, 8 years ago, and still today. So now the question is for SoFi, if the shares reach $25 to $30 a share, and the company is now market capped at over $30 billion market cap, does that bring the company closer to the front of the line to be included into the S&P 500 index and possibly NASDAQ? The S&P 400 index, the banking index, all these sub-indices that are out there, would SoFi now qualify for inclusion in 3 dozen different sub-indexes in banking and finance, you name it? And is that the beginning of a systemic, constant stock acquisition program by very large ETFs that are tied to banking indexes, high-tech return indexes, S&P 500 indexes, NASDAQ 100 indexes? This is what happened with Palantir. I mean, Palantir got to that 70, 80 level and just kept on going with wave after wave of buying interest. And now Palantir, 160, 150, 160, whatever it's going to do here, Palantir is nowhere near what it ever was at one time in the last 2 years. I mean, hitting 160 today on Palantir has been, another run, another all-time run. And a year ago, if you look at the Palantir chart, August the 2nd, it was $24.20. It's $24.74. 24.70. 24.09 on the 5th of August last year. 24.09. Look at SoFi right now. It's 21 something. What if SoFi pops into the 23, 25 neighborhood and then gets notified that it's going to be included in some of these indexes here? Hey, I'm just saying, some point in time, it's going to happen. The question is, sooner, medium, longer? How long? I don't know. I'm enjoying my bagel in the meantime, wondering about what's going to happen. Go, baby, go. Margin called CEA Industries vape is the new meme stock? I have no idea. Uncle Bruce, you are right. You are right. Well, like I said, the company is now entering its 7th consecutive quarter of profits. They're never going back to losing money. I mean, SoFi is growing at such a pace, adding so many new products and growing so many new members. They're not going to lose money. It's a question of how much are they making? Are they going to make enough now to justify inclusion into S&P? That's the question. Margin called. It spiked from 7 to 19. It spiked from 7 to 191 for a moment during after hours. Now it's 69. Okay. Let's CEA Industries. No idea, my friend. I have no idea. Qs are up 199. They're backing up a little bit. They're not as high as they were. The Qs, 568.38. They topped out at 569.04 today. So they've given up a little bit of ground here. The triple Qs. The Dow is up 27. S&P up 8. NASDAQ up 67. We're not going anywhere. We're just not going anywhere. Welcome onto the program. Just a guy trying to tell you what I see going on. Trying to explain it to you in plain English as best I can. The markets are up just slightly today, not very aggressively at all. It's a slight up move today. No movement on the four meme stocks we're following here. 26-cent down drip on SoFi. GameStop is at 23.48, up 15 cents for GameStop. Rocket Lab still down on the day, down 201. Microsoft is now up 50 cents, not much of a move. Apple up 61. Nvidia 154 on the gain, but Google down 160. Tesla up 8. Amazon up $2. Netflix up 7. That is the magnificent 7 right there. Welcome on to the program. Coinbase down $10. Costco up 250. AMD is doing well, up to 173 now. It's up 650. Well, keep me posted, kids, on how you're doing on your Qs and your spreads. We'll keep an eye on this market together. I'm going to say my goodbyes today. Quiet day so far. We'll be watching from the sidelines. Thanks again for being here, as you are always here. I appreciate it. We'll see you here tomorrow, Tuesday morning. I'll be here. I'm not sleeping well tonight. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope you are. Looking forward to watching this development tomorrow with SoFi. Always fun when the quarterlies come out. Should be an interesting session. Thank you for 166 thumbs up. So if you can give out a thumbs up today, please help us out. We'd love to hit 200 today. Thank you so very much for that. 282 results now are in on this question of the day. 45% of you are saying the SoFi shares are going higher tomorrow on blowout earnings. 18% of you think it's going to stay right where it is no matter what they say. 37% of you thinking it's going lower because. Hey, Bruce, I don't need a reason. I just think it's going lower tomorrow. The knee emojis are coming through. Thank you all for popping those knee emojis up. Make sure to honor the Knights of Knee. They are the power behind this market. Secretive, mysterious, all-powerful. They don't take any guff from anybody. Thank you all for tolerating the trolls this morning with me. It's much appreciated. Thank you again for your encouragement and best wishes for Jen and I with our big trip coming up. We'll start it off with our own trip, my own trip to Tokyo, and through Japan the next 3 weeks. I invite you to join me at that time for sure. Thank you all from everywhere. It's tremendous to see so many phenomenal locations represented. I much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Juan. JV, thanks, Jeff. VJ, thank you. Thank you to Dude. Corinne is out there with knee emojis. So is B Tizzle. Charlie's on it. Free Range is on it. Larry, of course. James of the Misty Tree. Thanks as always, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day. Thank you, Charlie. DH, thank you. And Dak and Andre De La Torre, of course. Andre De La Torre. You can count on Andre De La Torre for knee emojis. We all know then the power behind this market. We're all aware of what the power behind this market really is. You're not fooling us. You're not fooling us. There it is. 2098 on the SoFi. Go SoFi. Go GameStop. Go stocks. And congratulations, option writers, on another excellent strategy and another good day. Get richer, please. Howdy, partner. Thank you, my friend. Knee emojis to all of you. We'll talk to you later. This is Bruce from Calgary saying bye.